Good day, this is Shan Hemphill with Works LLC, and today I'm going to show you the new Streamlight TLR-9. So the Streamlight TLR-9 is supposed to have 1,000 lumens, which is quite a bit more than the competitor of the TLR-7A, which is a much shorter light. That one only has 500 lumens. And then of course the older TLR-1 HL, it has 800 lumens. Now the TLR-9 is closer to the size of the TLR-1 HL. If we compare it to the TLR-1 HL, it's a little bit longer, maybe 3/8 of an inch longer. And then of course it has the flex switches, which would be the same as the TLR-7A. Obviously it comes in the box with the low switches as well as the attached high switches. It also comes with a number of different rail mount keys. Now we've noted in another video that these rail mount keys, the instructions included are not quite correct. So go ahead and click the link below if you want to see some more information on that. We're going to go ahead and fit this onto a couple of our Glock pistols here and see how it compares. So here's how the TLR-9 fits on the Glock 34. You can tell it is basically flush on that 34, so it comes right up to the end of a longer slide Glock. On the Glock 17, you can tell that the light actually extends out quite a bit further. It certainly means that you will not have your muzzle in the light, so you won't have a shadow cast by your muzzle. On the other hand, it is quite a bit longer than it needs to be on this pistol. I can't speak to how long it needs to be for the light output and the duration and the lumens that it puts out, but I can speak to, as far as the aesthetics, perhaps not too long, but a little bit long. And you can tell that this is quite a bit longer than it needs to be on that short-barreled 19X. Perhaps excessively long. I personally like the way the TLR-7A looks on the 19X better. However, we still need to talk about light performance as related to the size. The light on the TLR-7A is a little bit dimmer, which makes sense since it's 500 lumens compared to the 1,000 lumens of the TLR-9. TLR-1 HL on the right, TLR-9 on the left. It certainly looks like the TLR-9 has a more diffused beam pattern. It is not as tight. The light is also not quite as warm on the TLR-1 as it is on the TLR-9. There's a little bit more red cast on the TLR-9 on the left. TLR-7A, that is a full target illumination, pretty good diffusion. Looks like at this range of about 18 feet, it is covers the target quite well. The TLR-1 covers the target quite well again. Certainly appears brighter, noticeably brighter. And the TLR-9, it appears to be the most widespread coverage out of the three. So it gives you a illumination over a wider area. And it covers quite well as well. It appears noticeably less bright than the TLR-1 to my eye. So one thing to consider for your weapon mounted light is the type of switches. Now the TLR-1 HL uses a more mechanical switch, and what that means is no matter how short your press is on the momentary, it will always turn off. So you can actually have a super fast illumination with it going ahead and turning off. That is not quite possible on this, because if I hit it real quick, it stays on. So I have to hit and then get off. And the shortest amount of time I can hit is, I think, about a half a second. So that's about as fast as I can illuminate and have it turn off. And of course, if you're under pressure in a certain situation, you may want very quick activation and off, and you may want that light to turn off. If you hit it quickly and maybe your mind's not processing correctly, you may end up with that light staying on when you did not intend to. On the other hand, it is a very short throw on that switch, and if you do want that capability to have the same switch in that same direction, either do constant or momentary, this switch may work well for you. It is very similar to the TLR-7A switches, which I do personally use. For the TLR-9, we started with the Glock. We went ahead and made the M7 holster first. This is an outside the waistband holster. This holster supports all barrel lengths because this light is so much longer. You can even run a comp on your 17 or even your 34 that'll drop through. The 34 is about flush on this holster. If you choose to run a 19 or 19X, you can run that in this holster as well. Good snap-in retention. And that retention is adjustable here. We've got our belt lock solution, and then underneath this, we've got a standard Safariland pattern, so that if you've got Safariland attachments, such as a favorite attachment, such as a paddle or a belt slide, you can go ahead and attach those right on as well. This has a low sweat shield, mostly for reholstering, and is contoured around the outside to give you a full grip before you draw. This holster is available right now, right or left hand, the M7 OWB. The M6 inside the waistband holster is coming soon.